Welcome back to Nuestro rinconcito de reflexión.
Mi nombre es Sandy.
Mi nombre es Yolanda.
Welcome back to our 6th episode.
Yes, finally. It feels like we've barely been. This is like our third one, honestly. Doesn't feel
Really?
like
No, I feel like it's like our 20th.
No,
I feel
I
like we've
know.
been doing a lot.
I feel like at the beginning I was just kind of like zoned out.
So you're a little more clear-headed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
How are you today?
Good. I had a good morning. A slower morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Feeling a little better today. Kind of like I haven't been sleeping good, so I was kind of tired this morning when I woke up.
I told one because I told him that you went with your friends last night. He was like, "You vas a llegar y la vas a hallar bien cruda." I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure she went to bed. She passed out last night. I think she was tired."
I only drank one thing though, nomás una margarita. Yeah, huevo, güey, porque I don't like it. Yeah, okay. That was me. The whole time I was like,
well, it's me when I drink the kombucha when it's super acidic. I'm like, hasta siento like the shivers in my body.
Yeah.
Okay. Today's episode is going to be a little different again.
But we kind of talked about it last episode with Juan.
Yeah, about our diagnosis with endometriosis. Endometriosis, by like scientific terms, I guess, it's your endometrium tissue, so what grows inside your uterus, growing on parts where it shouldn't be, so outside of your uterus. So mine is in my fallopian tubes, in my ovaries, and maybe even in some organs around it. My intestines, they didn't know exactly everywhere it was, but I have seen some people claim that it's like all the way up to their brain. So it can literally be in any part of your body, depending on how bad it is. And it is an inflammatory disease, so it does cause pain. It can be very painful. You want to talk a little bit? You want to talk a little bit about yours?
Yeah. So like get into all of this already? So we both have it. I was told that I had it when I had my appendix removed in like 2 years ago, huh? In 2023. I had it removed, and
was it 2 or 3? Because we've already celebrated 2 birthdays here for the girls.
Yeah. But it was barely last year and this year. So 2023. Yeah. In July of 2023, when they removed it, I woke up and they told me like that it was a little complicated to take out my appendix because they had to remove tissues from around like my intestines.
Tissues.
Yeah, around my intestines and my appendix to remove that. So like for sure mine's is like all over you already. And they did tell me that the probability of me having kids was very low now because of how bad it was. But of course, I was like, I'm fine. Jorge got a vasectomy. I don't want kids anyways. But it still like shocks you, you know, when you hear that. You're like, damn. Like, I don't know. It was kind of scary for me. I didn't really do any research on it because you had already told me you had it. And I remember how like scary it was for you. So like I was scared. I tried looking it up and like I couldn't, my brain couldn't sit with it because I was like, that's why I'm always in pain on my period. That's why like my ovaries are always swelling and all that stuff. So like it kind of scared me.
Did you notice like when you were younger, like I remember like being in middle school, like when I got my period, like getting horrible cramps. Like I remember being like in the lunchroom, like laying on the benches because my cramps were so bad.
Yeah. Well, I would never, dude, I'm so pain tolerant that I just.
You didn't really think about it?
Yeah. And still to this day, like sometimes I forget like that I have it and I'm like, oh, why is my period like acting up? And it like pisses me off sometimes, but like then I'm like, oh wait, that's right. But yeah, I do remember when I was younger and like I would tell my friends, doesn't it hurt like when you're on your period? Like, no, I get little cramps and I'm like, dang, like I feel like if somebody's in there like wringing me out, you know?
Yeah.
So, and after I had kids, it got worse.
And when you poop, you get cramps too.
Yeah.
In your butt, it hurts.
Yeah. It's called during pregnancy, they told me it's like a lightning crotch. You get it to your crotch. but I get it to my
To my butt. I do too, dude. Yeah.
TMI. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
it's okay. It's normal. It's our body.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What you were saying about
I forgot what I was saying.
um,
That I was scared
mm-hmm.
to like do research on it. I feel like for the most part, I always ask you questions,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes like, well, it's different for all of us, right? Like, you have different triggers than I do,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I didn't learn them until recently. Like I've noticed, like I was telling you, that certain foods like beans, broccoli, and then like chile too, tomato, pan. I try to like not eat them as much, but I know that we all have different triggers.
Mm-hmm.
So what helps you is not always gonna help me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard when you're like trying to do things better and like nothing helps. Like
Mm-hmm.
I even started washing without like scented soap and all of that stuff
Yeah.
because I just felt like that was also a trigger for me.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's like my body tells me too, like the scents. Like my head hurts when I'm like around any scents.
Como
So
que
like
hasta tu cuerpo te dice
yeah,
stay
it's
away.
like stay away. And Jorge loves like to put things like on the fucking walls, conectar, and
Oh yeah.
I threw them away, dude, because I was just like, that's so bad for us, for the kids too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Any like what is it called? Like any artificial fragrance or
Yeah,
flavor is gonna be it's inflammatory. It's hormone disrupting.
yeah.
So it's no nos ayuda.
And the only thing that makes me feel better is like either don't eat that stuff or like I drink that hormonal tea that
Mm-hmm.
you told
The
me to drink.
hormone balancing tea. Yeah.
Yeah, and I drink it every morning. I stopped for like a week because te aburres.
Mm-hmm.
Y yeah, I started again this week.
Te sientes bien a gusto, ¿verdad? Sientes que like a
Yeah.
hug. It feels
Uh-huh.
like a hug
And
inside.
it's weird because you start feeling it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought it was just me.
No,
I
it's
was like,
actually
it almost feels like when you smoke weed that you're
it just goes.
yeah.
It's the chamomile.
Yeah.
It's
Uh-huh.
it's
Calming.
mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's how it feels to drink chamomile.
But it was definitely scary. I feel like it's still scary. I no me animo like a ponerme a buscar cosas.
Yeah. I think it's scary to think about what could happen to you, like
Yeah.
seeing what happens to other people.
Yeah. And like now with this pain that I've been having, I always talk about this pain.
Yeah.
But like when the doctor was like, it can be that, like maybe it's just around your organs. Like it freaks me out to know what's happening. And I scheduled my ultrasound and I'm just like, oh my God. Me da miedo.
Yeah.
But she said you can go to surgery and we can remove some of that tissue, or they always think it comes from like only de la matriz, que si te la quitan se va a acabar. Pero tú me dijiste que no, and Irene me dijo lo mismo, mi vecina
Mm-hmm.
también me dijo que no, porque ella lo tiene, Irene.
Well, one of my old manager that I worked with, she had it, and they did a hysterectomy. Is
Yeah,
that what it's called? And she said that she's better ever since
yeah.
they did that. Yeah, pues ella está bien like está bien flaquita, no, because
Mm-hmm.
with it you get really bloated and your stomach
Yeah.
se inflama. Y ella tiene like su panza bien plana.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Ya, pues Irene dice que sí, ella también se sintió mejor, pero que no, like, tiene muchas cosas wrong with her y, like, no le encuentra nada. So, she says que she thinks it has something to do with that. So, I don't know. But that's scary.
It is scary, dude. It's scary because the doctors don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, they pretend not to, I guess.
Yeah, when I went to the doctor the first time, when they did the first ultrasound of my kidneys, the doctor just, like, took it like nothing. She's like, is there anything wrong with you that I should know? Because I've never been to Peak Vista before, so it was my first time, and when I told her like about endometriosis, she like took it like como que no era nada.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of surprised me.
Was that the general?
Mm-hmm.
Not the women's?
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. The doctor I went to, I really like her. I actually, she's not a doctor. She's a PA, physician's assistant. She's from somewhere in Europe. She has an accent. I've never asked her. But she's like very. I think you should go to her. I think they have sliding scale there too at Centura, or not Centura. Common Spirit is what it's called now. And she was like, she didn't try putting me on any medication. The only thing I got was birth control, because I wanted it. But she was like, I don't know, she was like super, like, ¿cómo te digo? Like, bien atenta. Like, lo que yo like, whatever I would tell her, she'd be like, okay, let's try this and this. And, like, not medications, but, like, diet, like, different diet options I could do.
De comer diferente, sí.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I really liked her. And she sent me to a gyno that specializes in endo. Y ella sí luego, she was like, let's get you on these shots, let's do this, let's do that. But I didn't end up.
I wonder if it's like, ¿cómo se dice? Like las vacunas, you know, like the.
Oh, like it's routine.
Yeah.
These were for to get pregnant though.
Oh, okay.
So she said it's like a 3 month
fertility thing.
Yeah, like a fertility assistance, I guess, for endometriosis. She said it's like they put you on 3 months, you're on the shots, y te baja toda la inflamación, and it can help you get pregnant, but you get off of it.
Oh,
you can only do it for 3 months. But
and then you have to wait a certain amount of time before you start them again, or no más una vez.
No, yeah, I think it's like that. And it was there was a bunch of, like, she also like told me that there's like this liquid that te pueden inyectar. It's like a blue liquid que te inyectan like near the ovary para ver si tienes los fallopian tubes blocked.
I don't know what I did to my water.
So she seemed to know a lot, but she specializes in endometriosis.
Oh, okay. It scares me though, and I mean I don't want to have kids anymore, so like I'm not really worried about that, but it does scare me, like que se me desparrame en todo el cuerpo, you know. And is it hereditary?
I don't know if it's hereditary. I've never looked into that, but I feel like I do. My dad mentioned once that, because I'm always struggling with stomach issues, and he's like, un día me dijo, he's like, ¿estás igual que tu tía, his sister? He was like, siempre se la pasa quejándose del estómago y que anda inflamada y que esto y que lo otro. So I have a feeling that maybe she has it too. And then I think my grandma has it. Don't you?
I do. And I was thinking that with Maddie,
because she eats really well. Y siempre trae su panza bien.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying she's.
Yeah.
But siempre se le inflama su panza, ¿no?
I think so, dude. And I just feel like como no come carne y todo eso, come otras cosas como pan y chile. Ella todo el tiempo chile. And like I feel like that doesn't help.
Yeah. To like satisfy, to fill her, she needs something heavy, so she eats beans and everything inflammatory.
Yeah, but I try like with my kids. Just it's scary, especially like with Mari ya empieza que ay me duele el estómago, que me duele aquí, me duele. Y como yo siempre ando que me duelen mis ovaries, ella también me dice my ovaries hurt. And it freaks me out sometimes. Especially because she's gonna start going through puberty soon, very soon.
When did you get your period?
13.
Oh, that was too.
Dice Maddie que when she learned about this stuff, about periods and stuff, that her teacher told her that usually you'll get it like the same age or a year before. My mom got it when she was 14. I got it when I was 13. So maybe Maddie will get it when she's 12.
I think my mom got it younger than I did. I think my mom got her period really early.
Yeah.
I want to say she was like 11 or 12, dude.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I'm wrong, though.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
That's scary. It freaks me out because I'm like, dang, that means my daughter can already get pregnant.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Yeah. Do you want to talk about your flare up though? When you went to the ER? You were having that pain?
I've gone a lot of times.
Well, I'm talking about this last time that you were.
No, I didn't go to the doctor.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
But you want to talk about how that was?
Yeah. So I didn't know that it was because of that. I thought it was just like something that I ate.
Like food poisoning or something?
Yeah. But I had a really bad pain and like I sat on the floor of my bathroom because I couldn't poop.
Yeah.
And I just thought it's like either what I ate, what I didn't eat. Like no comí bien ayer y ahora like me ataqué. So like it's just like stuck right there or something. And the whole time it wasn't like my mom made me que me echara marometas because that's what she believes in.
Mm-hmm.
And then you told me to drink omeprazole
Mm-hmm.
because I thought maybe it's like gastritis.
Mm-hmm.
Because I kept throwing up too. And it was just a really bad pain. Really, really bad. And I was just scared. But I think that it was definitely the endometriosis. It wasn't anything else. And I think I was throwing up from the pain, not necessarily because pain makes you, I don't know if it makes you nauseous, it makes me nauseous all the time.
I guess I've never thought about it.
A mí me dan muchas náuseas y ese día lo traía tan fuerte que me hizo que me vomitara.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure that it was the endometriosis.
Mm-hmm. What did you eat that day?
I don't remember, dude. Ya
I
no me
remember I
acuerdo.
asked you. You said.
Yeah.
I don't remember what you said you had eaten.
Yeah, I don't either. I feel like I have a lot of these, not like now, ya sé. Like cuando estoy comiendo, ya sé. Like,
You can feel it. Like, okay,
yeah,
that's enough.
yeah. And a veces nomás que dejas de comer cosas por mucho tiempo.
Mm-hmm.
Y I think it was beans.
Yeah.
I think it was beans.
I was gonna say I think it was like frijoles or broccoli or something.
Yeah.
You had eaten a salad? I don't remember. You had eaten something weird that I was like, that's weird. That's not. How's that gonna inflame you?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember, but I know that I used to eat beans every single day.
Yeah.
Like that was my thing. And now when I eat them, I like me como bien poquitos.
Mm-hmm.
Y eso que mi mamá los remoja para que se le salga todo el gas.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing.
Yeah.
I was seeing that you have to remojarlos in
Hot water.
baking soda.
Oh, I
Rain
didn't know
sent
that.
me a video yesterday that
Yeah.
said remojalos en baking soda y pues el baking soda no les hace nada. We eat it, we bake with it,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
not. So remojarlos overnight en baking soda y dejarlos en el refri toda la noche y luego ya the next day tirarles agua, enjuagarlos y a cocerlos y les limpia todo. I don't know what it is que nos inflama, but whatever it is, it takes it out and then.
Es que tienen muchos gases. That's
Yeah.
why they make you fart.
Yeah.
But
So
like when I eat my mom's beans, they don't make me gassy. That's why it throws me off that it makes me so inflamada.
Yeah.
I don't know what they have, but like hasta las lentejas
Yeah.
me inflaman. Like weird anything that's a bean type. El arroz también.
Yeah.
That's something that I don't eat it.
It's heavy though. They're heavy
Yeah.
foods.
Mm-hmm.
Pero has visto, te iba a decir about maybe you should try it, the Dr. Valencia diet.
Oh yeah, I
think you
see
should
about
try
that.
diet. I think you would like it.
Yeah, I saw that Blanca was
Yeah.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think you would like it.
But you have to eat fish and stuff, no?
No, just different protein options, and
Yeah.
then there's like different, like it's not just protein. Like hay diferentes recetas que son antiinflamatorias, which is what we need. Que te van a ayudar.
Okay. Porque pues yo no como pescado, casi no como carne.
Well, I see her eat like a lot of veggie options, and then she
Yeah.
makes a lot. En la noche a veces, si no quiere hacer de cenar, she makes like this huge thing of a smoothie, and she drinks that for dinner.
Yeah.
I think that would be good for you. I think you would like it.
And then the chicken, like me puedo comer, pero no todos los días.
Well, that's
y
what
el
I'm
huevo,
saying.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Well, because it's a book of recipes, so ya lo puedes. Hay muchas.
And her mom is doing it too, no?
Her mom is doing it.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to buy a book now. I keep buying books and I don't even read them.
Well, that one will be a little different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, though?
For me, it was a little bit more extensive.
Yeah, yours is a really long story.
Yeah. So for me, I've had two miscarriages. With the first one, they couldn't really tell me much. They were kind of just like, this is common, blah 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 blah. Lo pasé naturally. Everything was normal, what a miscarriage should be. And with the second one, with my second pregnancy, I went to the doctor for a normal visit, whatever. But I started bleeding, so then they got me in sooner. And the doctor, they were confused because they did an ultrasound, and the doctor was like, "This is weird. Like, they couldn't tell where the pregnancy was. Like, they couldn't tell where it had implanted in my uterus. So she was like, this is weird. We don't really know what's going on. So I kept going in for ultrasounds, checks, and all that stuff. Un día I was at home y pasé mucha sangre, like a lot. And I was like, well, I think I miscarried. It was really emotional. Then we went to the doctor. They got me in for another ultrasound. And íbamos ya nosotros like todos tristes pensando que ya like I wasn't pregnant anymore. And they did an ultrasound and they were like, nope, there's still a heartbeat. So I was like, fue un sentimiento like bien bonito pensar like, okay, like maybe everything's okay. And so yeah, she was like, let me get the doctor in though, because she needs to take a look at this because something's off. So yeah, they got me in and then they had to get me into another specialist because my OB couldn't determine what was going on. So they got me into the other specialist, and it was like a week later. Yeah, when I went in, there was no longer a heartbeat, but um, they found out that the pregnancy was how do you say that?
Ectopic, yeah.
Subectopic. So that means that tienes tus tubos así y luego se abren and it's the uterus. So my pregnancy estaba aquí donde se abre el tubo. So it was in a place where it's like non-viable, is that what they say? Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't a viable pregnancy, so it wasn't something que iba a poder sobrevivir. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we went home with that news and it was really sad. But pues yeah, we were like, okay, like this is it, like there's nothing we can do anymore. So then I went back into my regular OB, and she was like, I want to get you in to remove the pregnancy surgically. And I had never had surgery before, so I was like, I don't want to, like I'm terrified. I was like, can I just not like take a pill or something? And she was like, no. She was like, we're concerned that because of where the pregnancy's at, that it's not gonna all come out and it can be damaging to your uterus. So yeah, I was like, okay, like you have to do it. So yeah, we scheduled the surgery. I went in. Everything was like normal, right? I went in, I had the surgery. I was very anxious, not normal. It was scary, but my doctor she was really good. She was there for the surgery. So it felt good to have like something there, right? Like her, like a common denominator, her. And salí de la surgery y entró otra doctora. I was out of it because they kept me overnight in the hospital. Y entró otra doctora because my doctor was already home, like she was already off shift. So she told me a bunch of stuff. She was like, we had to remove one of your fallopian tubes and this and this and this and this and this. And I was just like, what the hell? I was drugged. So I was like, yo en mi mente, I was like, esta señora no sabe de lo que está hablando. Ya mañana o pasado que hable con mi doctora, she's going to clear everything up. And you know how you can go on the website of
to see like your results
and the chart notes and stuff, and I did see on there that it said like they had removed one of my fallopian tubes, and I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, like that wasn't even on my mind just because I was in so much pain from the surgery. I didn't even care. So I was just like, whatever. When I talk to my doctor, I'll talk to my doctor. So yeah, pasó. I went home.
Even when you called me, dude, you didn't tell me you just told me that they had to take the baby out.
Well, because I didn't like.
Yeah, that's why when you told me, like way after, when you told me no, they also took out. I was like, I didn't know that because you hadn't told me that.
Because I didn't like in my head, I was like, "Está loca esta doctora." I didn't think anything about it. I literally thought like she probably read me the wrong chart.
Yeah.
She probably got me confused with somebody else. Whatever. So yeah, I went home and the recovery was rough. That's what I was talking about last episode. Since they had removed one of my fallopian tubes, the recovery was hard. And yeah, I went in with my doctor like for the checkup, the follow up after the surgery. Maybe she was like, "You have endometriosis. The growth of your endometriosis is spread to your ovaries and your fallopian tubes. We had to remove your left fallopian tube because there was so much scarred endometrium tissue." She said the other side had scarring, but it wasn't as bad. So we could still leave it, but there's still scarred tissue there. So yeah, I went home and I was like, okay, like after like having the miscarriage, then now to them telling me you only have one fallopian tube, I was like, at that point, I literally was like, I don't even want to get pregnant anymore. Like, I don't care about this. Like, así como dijiste tú, I didn't want to know. I was like, it's already hard enough to have to recover from surgery, like all the pain I was going through, and then not only physically from like everything that they had done, but like emotionally. It was a lot. So I was just like, you know what? Like, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. Si esto es lo que quiere Dios, si esto es lo que quiso Dios, it is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna stress about it. Pero ya entre más fue pasando el tiempo, like I started looking more into it. And while I was pregnant, before I found out I was pregnant, I had an allergic reaction to shrimp. And that kind of started triggering me a lot. I feel like it kind of made me turn into like a hypochondriac because I literally started panicking about like stuff I would eat.
And I remember one time you guys came over and nobody could touch your phone. I was like, is that really a thing? You're like, yeah, I'm serious. You're like, you touch the bread, don't touch my phone.
Well, I'm for real. Like, I remember at work, like, there was this lady I used to work with, and she would, I mean, yeah, me ayudó mucho because she would talk to me about a bunch of different kind of vitamins. She had a lot of health issues, so she talked to me about a lot of different stuff that she did, and she had a gluten allergy. So then I started panicking. I was like, oh my God, I already had a shrimp allergy. What if I have a gluten allergy too? So I like cut gluten completely from my diet. There was a point where I like would eat no meat. All I would eat was veggies. Like, I literally was like a vegetarian for 2 months. That didn't last very long because I love meat, but like I just started like my brain just started like freaking out and panicking and duré like a good what, like year and a half I didn't eat gluten. And
still to this point I feel like you don't eat it as
I don't
much.
eat it as much. I don't. But pues yeah. I remember I cut the gluten from my diet. I started doing a lot of gluten-free stuff, like whatever. Pero me acuerdo que um one day I was just like, F it. Y no me acuerdo que, traía muchas ganas de una dona.
I was going to tell you, I remember you told
Yeah,
me
it
I
was a
ate a
donut.
donut yesterday and I
Yeah,
was fine.
it was so good. So then slowly, I started incorporating. I ate like half of the donut. So poco a poquito lo fui incorporando. But then one day, we had pizza the day before from Pizza Hut. And not only harina, but it has the tomato sauce, which is really acidic, and then the pepperoni, which I feel like because of how they, I don't know what they do to the pepperoni, season it, how they make it, whatever. And agruras
Le
también.
echan chile, dude.
It's acidic or whatever. I don't know what it is. But the next day I got up and I was like, "Ooh, se me antojó un pedazo de pizza." We were gonna go have breakfast with my mom. We ended up going a little late, so I was like, "I'm just gonna eat a piece of pizza before we go." So I ate a slice of pizza. Then we went to the restaurant when we went to eat, and I ate cinnamon rolls. And then I came home and there was still pizza, and I ate 2 more slices of pizza for dinner. So that entire day, all I ate was processed gluten. And me acuerdo my mom was getting ready to go out that night. She had stayed like the whole day at our house, and she was getting ready to go out at night. Ya estaba, her makeup was done, her hair was done, like she was already changed, she was ready to go. And she was in the bathroom y como que like when you have to like go poop, like sometimes te empiezan como a dar like, you feel it in your stomach. And I had started feeling it kind of like crampy, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for her to get out of the bathroom and then I'll go. She was taking forever, but I was just sitting there and slowly like the cramp started like shooting up my stomach more and more. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel normal. So then she got out of the bathroom and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get in the shower. So me senté y quise hacer del baño y no pude. And the cramp started getting worse and worse and worse. So then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get in the shower and like maybe the hot water will help. Because sometimes when you're crampy, hot water makes you feel better. So me metí al baño. Oh my God, the pain
was horrible.
Oh, it was like, what I can compare it to is when I had my surgery for my miscarriage, the doctor said they didn't get everything out. So there was still some tissue that I was going to pass. I passed the tissue and like I was I don't know, contracting, cramping, I don't know what the hell it was from passing that tissue. And it aparte de estar sanando from the thing, it was like the worst pain I've had in my life. So I can compare it to that. And it was just like I was literally in the shower, like on all four, and I like started calling for Juan. He came in the bathroom, and I was literally in the shower, like on my hands and knees, para que me diera la agua caliente en la espalda, and I started throwing up in the shower. And I was like, I couldn't, like, I was crying. I was like, I couldn't stand it, dude. And throwing up, crying in the shower. Y como dices tú, no sé si fue por el dolor that I was throwing up, or my body couldn't digest what I had put into it. So it was getting it out of me somehow. It was like, this is poisoning my body. I need to get it either out one way. If I can't get it out this way, I'm going to get it out this way. You know what I mean? So I was just like throwing up, dude. And I remember, I don't know if from the cramps that I got or from la fuerza que hice throwing up, because I threw up a lot. After, like, yeah, like after I stopped throwing up, like the pain got a little better, but I couldn't stand up straight. Like duré toda la noche, like I couldn't even walk straight. I would walk with my back like this. So like this was how I was walking, like with my back like this. And no se me quitaba el pain. Like it wasn't as bad anymore after I threw up and got out of the shower. Like Juan had to like wash my hair, do it, and wash my body because I couldn't even move in the bathroom, in the shower. Me acosté en el sillón, and my mom didn't even end up going out, dude. That night she stayed because she freaked out from like how bad it was.
You didn't go to the doctor?
I went to the ER, and I didn't want to go because I didn't want to run up a freaking ER bill. Yeah. But Juan, my mom was like, I think you should go, and Juan was like, yeah. He's like, I think you need to go to the doctor. So yeah, me pararon, güey, me cambiaron, and I went to the ER, and then the doctor, they couldn't tell me what was wrong.
No, ni te dijeron que fuera gastritis ni nada. No te dijeron nada.
They were like, we did ultrasounds, we did this. They're like, we don't know what it is. And then I told them, I was like, well, I have endometriosis and blah 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 blah. And they were like, me dieron una pastilla, por eso te dije, porque el doctor me dijo, I had stopped. I used to take omeprazole a lot, and I had stopped taking it because it's really bad for you. So tenía mucho que no tomaba nada para las agruras. Y me dijo el doctor, he's like, we're gonna give you, he's like, do you want like morphine? And I was like, no, like I don't want freaking morphine. Are you insane?
Yeah.
And I was like, I just wanted to rule out like appendicitis or anything else, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I wanted to make sure it wasn't any of my other organs that was like
acting up.
I was like, I didn't know. So he was like, well, it's nothing else. He's like, we can give you a pill for like gastritis. And I was like, okay. And they gave it to me, and slowly I started feeling better, and yeah, I went home. But it was terrifying. It was freaking scary. But I think, como dices tú, mi cuerpo ya sabía que I shouldn't be eating harina the way I do. Well, we do in our culture, because I feel like tortillas de harina, pan dulce, tortas, like all this flour, processed flour. So yeah, I went home, and yeah, I went back to not eating gluten for a really long time. But slowly I started realizing, like te estaba platicando que before I was diagnosed with endometriosis, my stomach would flare up to the point where I looked like I was like 5 months, 6 months pregnant. And I didn't think anything of it. I honestly just used to think I was fat. Like, I don't know, así estoy, like gorda. And the crazy thing though was, back then I used to go to the gym a lot. Like I used to eat better, whatever.
That's why you stopped going to the gym, right? Because that's also bad.
Well, yeah, after I had the surgery, I would do like a lot of weights, pero me dolía. Like the pain I would get down here, de hacer fuerzas with my pelvic floor, like I can't stand it. Like it hurts, and it makes my ovary hurt. The one side that I still have a fallopian tube on, it makes it hurt really bad. So it's not worth it for me. Like heavy lifting and exercise isn't worth it, because it's also not good for people with endometriosis. But I started realizing, like, que me inflamaba. For me, I like, it's the same thing with you, like flour, sugar, any like processed foods. Like I try to stay away from anything that's like not organic, you know. Or I mean, I'm not saying I eat this like super clean diet, everything organic, because financially that's not always easy, but I try to like eat for the most part. Yeah. And like we did talk, what was that one thing I told you about, the dirty dozen?
Oh yeah.
And then what was the other one? Then there's another list of things you can eat that are not organic.
Lo que crece en árboles en vez de en el suelo siempre está fertilizado.
Yeah.
And what comes
pesticides.
and what's on trees it doesn't.
Yeah.
So like apples are okay to not eat organic.
Nuts,
yeah. Bananas.
Well,
oranges. Yeah,
limones.
and like I know that strawberry needs to be organic for sure.
Any berry.
And berry, yeah.
Potatoes.
Potatoes need to, onion. Yeah. That needs to be organic. Yeah.
So a lot of stuff, and then also lately, so once that flare up happened, I stopped again, completely cut gluten from my diet. But then now I've slowly incorporated it again. Now though, what we're really big on right now, and I say we because my grandma loves all this stuff too, is eating organic unbleached flour. So you have to make sure it's not bleached. You have to make sure it's organic and it doesn't, it's like a whole thing. But and then also eating sourdough. So eating sourdough bread.
I'm super into that now. I love it's so good. And it all started, it throws me off that when we went to Lions, that we bought it sin saber.
Sin saber lo que estábamos comiendo.
And we talked about like hasta no sentí pesado en el estómago.
Oh yeah, because it was so good. It tasted so good.
Yeah, and it was so good. And it just throws me off like how we found it without
even thinking about it.
And it was like it was freshly made there at the bakery. It was so good.
And it was like it's like a little store here in Colorado, in Lyons, Colorado, a little local store that they have there, and it's kind of like their version, I want to say, of like a Sprouts or Natural Grocers.
¿Cómo se llama? St. Vrain's Market or
St. Vrain's Market?
Yeah.
It's like in Lyons, Colorado, and it's like a little Whole Food store that's like they sell organic, better products for you. But yeah, I feel like another thing that so at first it started with foods. And I feel like now we're slowly transitioning to home and self-care products. So like shampoos, dish soap, skincare, makeup, detergents, anything, just making sure there's no artificial fragrances. Because any artificial fragrance or artificial flavor is going to be inflammatory. It's hormone disrupting. So you want to make sure that you're not eating anything like that because it disrupts your hormones. So it's probably the cause of all of these issues we have.
Yeah.
But also,
and a lot of people don't realize that. Like, yo tenía una patrona que le limpiaba la casa y she's all about, and it would always scare me, like for her, que tenía muchas candles del Bed Bath. ¿Así se llama? Bed Bath and Beyond. Bed Bath and Beyond.
No, Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, there you go. Bath and Body Works. And like everything smells, and I'm like, dang. Lo bueno que no tiene hijos y no quiere tener hijos, pero de todas maneras, I guess it's different for everybody too. Like I feel like not everybody has the same issues that we have, so it doesn't affect them the same. So I guess that's very different. Y ella se cuida mucho de cómo come, like no come carne, come puro es straight like vegan. So maybe that's why también no le hace tanto daño. She already takes care of her body in so many other ways.
Now that you mentioned that, that's another way. Like also the meats, I try really really hard, and it's also not on the most financially accessible thing, but I try to eat like all 100% grass-fed meat. I get it from Whole Foods right now. It's not 100% grass-fed, but financially that's what I can do right now. And so the meat is really important, and then the eggs and chicken, any like chicken product, making sure that it's pasture raised and it's not they're cage free, pasture raised, so they're not being fed inhumanely or
Yeah.
But you're right, dude. I feel like a lot of people that my mom works for, my mom housekeeps, and a lot of the people she works for, sometimes I see their products and I'm like, ooh, that's not a good product.
Yeah.
I'm like, because they have like según like better options, like como que veo que they tried it and I'm like, that's not good.
Dude, y a veces me da miedo, like soy bien miedosa y me pongo a leer las cosas, and like I don't know.
Because you know it's gonna become an obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so like with my kids and stuff.
Yeah.
when me estaban dando lata, like for Christmas, que les compré like this whole face thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like makeup?
yeah, and at like Sephora, it has like the green and it's for like clean. I don't know what it says, but so I bought them that. But when you actually start reading it, it's not really clean.
It's like those eco-friendly,
Yeah.
cruelty-free, but in
Uh-huh.
reality, the ingredients are not good for you. Yeah.
And after, ya cuando se los había comprado, porque cuando estaba en la tienda, pues entré de entrada por salida. And when I got out, I was like, oh my God. They opened it and like they were like, Mom, can you help us open it? Like I was just like, oh
Started
my
reading the
God.
ingredients.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna stop because then I'm gonna freak out.
Well, that's why I started making my beef tallow, dude, because I remember it started with lotion. And I started trying to buy lotions without fragrance. And actually, I started with my face wash because I have really sensitive skin. So I would always buy some like cheaper, cruel, like safe, sensitive skin stuff. Then I realized it wasn't doing anything for me. And I would try to find like help, like better options for lotion that I could use. But they were so expensive. Like a little bottle like this big for like $40.
For like 1 ounce for 40. Yeah, I've seen that before.
And I'm like, I can't afford that. Like,
yeah.
And so then I was like, F it. And I remember I started talking about beef tallow, and one day Yadira came home with it. She came home with a little, like, 14-ounce jar. And I was like,
dang, that's huge.
The beef tallow?
14 ounce?
But it's just the beef tallow. So it's like, you have to add stuff to it to make the lotion.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like what you buy in the store, como si fuera like lard. Just the beef tallow. And she was trying it, but it wasn't working for her because it was too thick, it was too this, it was too that. So then I like started looking into it and like what other ingredients to buy to mix into it. And me and Yalita started using from that little thing that my mom bought her, that little jar. I mixed other stuff into it, like essential oils, olive oil, um, jojoba oil, honey, like a bunch of different stuff into it that's really good for your skin. And yeah, from there it started. And I feel like you're talking about the kids, and I always think about this. So in my first relationship, talk about that all the time, right? It was really bad. I had a miscarriage in that relationship. En ese tiempo me sentí devastated, and I didn't realize like why is God, like why God, why? And now I'm thankful that I like wanted to leave that relationship and I didn't have a tie I could just cut off, and also to not have something else to worry about while I was trying to heal. Just worry about myself. And then the second miscarriage, siento que no lo sentí tan fuerte because I had already been through it once, so I kind of expected it, which I think also kind of I attracted it a little bit because I kind of started freaking out. So then I was, you know, I was thinking those thoughts, so I made it my reality. But I thank God because pienso siempre, dude, que todo esto que estoy sanando y todo esto que estoy like viviendo y que estoy haciendo y que estoy encontrando, I'm doing it because once I'm ready to have kids, I'm not going to have to be stressing about it.
Yeah.
Like it's already going to be my lifestyle, like clean products, healing all these issues, right? Choosing me and my family.
And then raising your kids and
with the right mindset.
Yeah.
And in a
in the
safe
right
home.
with the right things too, like the food, the products, everything, not just like in the right mindset, because I feel like it has a lot to do también, like lo que le das de comer a tus hijos,
and the environment too.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about also about like Giovanni with his diagnosis that he's had, like that it can a lot of it can be because of like the things we're eating. And I feel like that's us. Like at first I would kind of blame my mom for it because she always gets on me because my mom doesn't care about any of this stuff, right? Organic, she doesn't care. That's fine. Like it's her life, her choice. I have my life, I can make the choices I want with mine. But I'm always like, yeah, that's why I have all these issues I have, because you used to like feed us all these horrible foods. And even that, dude, I feel like my mom used to be good about like not having too much candy in the house. There was like she would buy popcorn instead of chips, which is still not good, but you know what I mean? Like she would always try to find, like, instead of buying us a bunch of candy, she would buy us a bunch of fruit or but I feel like all of this stuff God is trying to have me in a mindset, in a space, and I'm like, that once I'm ready to have kids, it's like, not once I'm ready, but once,
just for you to be in a better place, not
mm-hmm.
only mentally but like environmentally ready.
Yeah.
And also for you to know what is going on with you so that you don't have to deal with all of that
while you'll have kids.
Yeah, because I know that me, like with having my kids, it's hard to have to like realize everything that's going on with my body, with everything, and like still have to worry about my kids. And like with Giovanni having that ADHD and stuff, and possibly autism, which they told me no, but just because he didn't have the speech delay, they said no. I feel like a lot of the big thing was when I was pregnant that I was always on pills because I was having those really bad headaches, remember?
Oh yeah.
So Tylenol is actually related. It's como que lo ¿cómo se dice? Like correlated to autism. If you take Tylenol during your pregnancy, it can cause autism. And I drank Tylenol 3 times a day.
Yeah.
All day when I was pregnant. They did the infusions 3 times when I didn't know I was pregnant because my urine tests were negative until I was like 8 weeks pregnant. For some reason, it was weird. And then when I was 8 weeks, they did a blood test and they were like, yeah, you're pregnant. And I was like, what the hell? Like, you guys have been doing this all week. Fui el lunes, fui un miércoles y fui un sábado. Y las 3 veces me pusieron Benadryl, like 3, it was like they call it a cocktail. Put it inside your vein. But anyways, all of that, like, I feel like correlated to him having
these issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it also, like, a lot of like dyes are linked to it. Like, also another big thing is like making sure there's no artificial coloring in your food because it's also really bad for you.
I noticed that it triggers him.
Like all the candy, the sugar is so bad for you, dude. Even organic sugar. I don't have the heart to tell my grandma.
Yeah.
But even organic sugar, dude, like the only sweeteners we should be eating are honey and maple syrup. I don't have the heart to tell her because I know the moment I tell her she's gonna be like disappointed, and
she's gonna stop eating it.
So I feel like
dude, we have jars of natural honey. Really? We have like 3 jars, like not jars, just botes. Y ya me acabé yo uno en el té. Dude, yo le echo un chingo because
you need it to be sweet.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy, dude? I used to hate honey. Like, the taste of honey, I was like, ugh, me empalagaba.
Dude, ahora ya hasta mastico la que le echan el beehive. And it's, yeah, I know, I'm crazy.
I put it in my smoothies, dude. I put it in, it's hard. I still bake with, like, I still eat sugar. I still eat chocolate. I still eat processed foods, but it's a balance. Like, anoche, me and Juan, we were gonna lay down and watch movies, and he's like, hey, you wanna go to, now that we have the King Supers closer, he said, you wanna go to King Supers and get some snacks? I'm like, vamos. And we got like half junk, half like okay stuff. But I'm like, this is how I used to eat every day. Like, man, I ate yogurt, which is not bad. I put honey in it. But then I ate chicharrones, and then I ate gummies. I ate a couple gummies. Like, gummies, and I'm like, this is how I used to eat every day. I'm like, me comía at work a bag of chips. I would buy chocolate. I would buy all these bars that were good, but they're not good for you. I'm like, that's why, one, I couldn't lose weight, and two, why I was sick all the time, because how am I not gonna be being sick, drinking melatonin, going to sleep, and drinking Red Bull to stay awake? Yeah. Dang, dude, that's crazy. It was so bad. And then I used to have so many stomach issues, and that's why actually too, one time I went to the ER because I had really bad gastritis, where like it to the point where it felt like my throat was closing and like it was on fire right here. But it was because of those spicy ramens.
Oh yeah. I don't really.
Chile también is not good for you.
You know, when I was little, me comí una maruchana y dice mi mamá que se me hizo un agujero en el estómago. So she had to take me to the emergency room, and I guess que le dijeron que era el camarón que viene seco. Yeah.
Well, I saw this video the other day actually of this girl who has a shrimp allergy, and she was in Europe, I think, eating shrimp, and she didn't get an allergy.
It's
So
because
I think it's just the way
have
our
you
food
seen
is
how they
processed.
get?
I don't want to.
Jorge made us watch a freaking video, and now my kids are traumatized. Ayer hizo cóctel, and he's like, the girls were like, "We're gonna eat that." Do you remember how they get the shrimp from the bottom? They literally, it takes. So it's not bad. Like it just shows you how. But I guess these people are trying for us to like save like our world, and it takes thousands of years para que the bottom of the ocean se vea bonito, porque pues los pescados pues they make a habitat and they make it, and like within seconds they like con una máquina destrozan todo. But anyways, that's
But a lot of like shrimp and fish and stuff is grown in like captivity. Like
yeah.
so that's the stuff that's bad for us. The stuff that they catch in the ocean, I mean, I guess it's harming the environment, but it's not.
But it does kind of harm the environment.
No, I'm saying it does harm the environment, but it doesn't harm us because it's natural.
But it does, because then they have it go inhabit it again, and it's bad because one, they put things in the water like chemicals and nets and machines, and then
gas
these
and
these
oil
new things that come inhabit it
are polluted with
are
it.
yeah, so that's why it does harm us. That's what I learned in that video.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong, but I just mean like es peor el camarón que están growing not
In a lab
artificially but in like
that
in
they
captivity versus
yeah.
like catching it in the wild. But yeah, well, I don't eat shrimp anymore, but I crave it. The other day I was watching somebody eat that girl. I was watching her dinner. It looks so good, but maybe I should have tried it when I was in Mexico. I don't know why I didn't. Talking about that, when I went to Mexico, este, I ate a lot of flour down there. I would eat like un pan and a bag of cookies every single
Y no te
day.
inflamabas.
Me sentía like uncomfortable at the end of the day,
Pero no igual.
pero no me dolía. Like it was just uncomfortable. I was a little bloated, but I ate Chinese food. I ate pizza.
I just feel like everything is more fresh out there.
Just feel like it's not overly processed.
That's
Like
why
it
I
is
want to
here.
go to like where's the other place? I think in like Italy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people go to Italy and like they say that they lose weight, they eat more than they here.
In Europe, and I think
Yeah.
everywhere in Europe, dude, me imagino que the food is quality is better, but
Even in Canada I saw.
In
That's
Canada,
crazy.
so I feel like the U.S. is, I don't know any other country, but since we live here, I feel like our food is disgusting here.
Yeah, I
Even
do
though
too.
organic, even the like good food for us, I feel like
Yeah.
it's still not good quality food. But yeah, when I was in Mexico, I drink sugar. We ate crazy over there. But that's where I actually realized that I needed to start eating sourdough instead of gluten free
And
because
unbleached flour.
So I because we were down there and there was we went to this little cafe and it was like un sandwich de almuerzo with like egg and whatever en pan de madre, and I thought because
¿Qué es eso?
he oído que el pan de mujer is pan ranchero, so in my head it kind of like I thought it was the same thing, but then I asked the girl and I was like, ¿qué es pan de madre? And she was like, es pan fermentado. So then I was like, oh, it's sourdough because sourdough is fermented. So I ate some there, and then I was like, oh crap, I think this is gonna be my new thing, is sourdough. But also like when I realized that when I got the diagnosis of endometriosis, or when I kind of put two and two together, that I had issues going to the bathroom. So I tried to start finding natural ways to be able to digest my food better. So that's when I found kombucha. So I started buying it in the store, but it's expensive because Juan liked it too, so we would drink it together. But it was expensive. Para una semana gastábamos like $30 in kombucha, which I mean, it's a lot of on our grocery budget. That's a lot. So we were like, okay, we're
Y él
not doing
también se
this.
lo toma ahora que lo haces.
And I kind of started looking into it, like how to make your own kombucha at home. So then I found out about like the SCOBY and all this, and how to ferment at home, and what to put in it, and how to flavor it. So I started making kombucha first. So that was my first thing, and I feel like it's great for my gut because I feel like endometriosis is linked to other parts of your body, not just your reproductive system. So I started drinking the kombucha and I started going to the bathroom a lot more regularly, and I feel like it also helps me not be so bloated all the time. So kombucha, and then when I found the sourdough pan de madre in Mexico, I was like, perfect. Otra cosa fermentada that I can eat that is going to be not only good for my body and my digestion, but good for my endometriosis because it's not inflammatory. So,
wait, before you go forward,
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you, all these things are good during pregnancy too?
No.
So that's scary. Like,
But
imagine if you
I've
get pregnant.
I've heard a lot of things. So I've seen a lot of things online that are like women who have endometriosis and then they get pregnant and afterwards the endometriosis gets better. Because then, so I actually want to get into this too. Like, aparte de like all these, so I think the biggest thing from this is just to understand that anything fermented, anything gut healthy is going to be good for you if you have endometriosis. Another one that I recently started on is kefir. Instead of drinking like sparkling water, drink kefir because it's also fermented. It gets carbonated because of the sugar, whatever, blah 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 blah, and it's good for your gut. So those are the big three things that I'm on right now. But I saw women talking about online that they're like, oh yeah, simple, so easy, just get pregnant and my endometriosis will get better. Let me get pregnant tomorrow. So I've seen that. So for me, the first time I got pregnant with Juan was we didn't use protection for a year. It took me a whole year to get pregnant, and that was with both of my fallopian tubes. Now I haven't been on any birth control, using any protection. We also haven't been like actively trying in the sense of like tracking ovulation or like any of that stuff. I'm not like trying to get too obsessed with it because then it can get like mentally
draining.
Yeah, so I don't want to do that to myself. But right now I've been off of birth control. I want to say for like at least a year, if not more. 18 months already. But again, I only have one fallopian tube, so only one ovary. Um,
But I've seen women get pregnant without their fallopian tubes.
well, no, at least I have one, but I think it's just gonna be probably a little bit harder. But I feel like so a lot of women with endometriosis have this struggle. Like it takes a while for them to get pregnant. I've even seen women that are told that they're infertile because of their endometriosis and get pregnant randomly. But once they get pregnant once, the next couple times are easier.
Yeah.
So I think something happens with pregnancy, God knows what, que it helps the endometriosis.
I believe that. Do you know, sometimes I think about my past and like how I didn't get pregnant of Maddie.
I was gonna actually ask you about that.
Years.
How long were you not using protection when you got pregnant with Maddie?
So I started having sex at 14. I didn't get pregnant until I was 16. I never used birth control and after with Marilyn, I was on birth control. And as soon as I took it off, like the doctor told me, I had the implant on, and she was like, "You're probably not gonna get pregnant for like 6 to 8 months." I didn't want to get pregnant. I just like I wouldn't lose weight, and I wouldn't get my period.
Mentally, you were going crazy. También,
yeah.
¿no? Oh, and then you got your period crazy after you took it off, huh?
For even like I think I got pregnant during because I would bleed. The day they took it off, I started bleeding like crazy, and for like 2 weeks, and then it stopped for like.
How many pads did you go through in a day?
In 2 weeks I bought 2 things at Sam's. Nomás imagínate, the big thing.
I remember you told me it was like horrible.
Yeah, and before I didn't used to use tampons, so only pads, student.
You were using both at the same time because it was so bad. No?
Yeah, and I had to put both, and so it stopped at 2 weeks, and I feel like that's when I had sex and I got pregnant, and then I started bleeding again, and I was working at Walmart, and I didn't know like why I was bleeding. I remember I was pushing the carts. I went back inside and I told him like I was full of blood like hasta acá, because my period had stopped and it came back, and I went home that day and like later I found out that I was pregnant, and I was still bleeding and I was pregnant, but it's because all that stuff that I feel like I didn't bleed during my,
It was somewhere
yeah,
in your body.
it was somewhere in my body, and it was just coming out, and I didn't know I was pregnant, and I got pregnant so quick, you know, so, and I was expecting, I didn't want a baby yet, and I remember I went to the doctor. I took a pregnancy test because I started feeling weird, and it's like, like you know your body, so like I was just freaking out because I was bleeding and all of this was going on.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it did take me a while with Maddie, so I'm thinking I had it since forever.
What about with Giovanni?
Giovanni, I think it was easier with Giovanni to get pregnant. También me había quitado because after Maryland I had that thing on. But with Giovanni, I feel like I was more careful. I wouldn't have sex when I was on my ovulation because I track it on my phone. Because again, I didn't want a kid. But then, since me and Jorge had gotten separated, when you're stressed, your thing goes like crazy, right? So I didn't know when I was ovulating. I was getting my period like every 36 to 48 days.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I didn't know when I was ovulating, and that's why I got pregnant with him.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I've heard. That's what I've seen a lot of women talk about. I don't know how it works. I don't know scientifically. I'm not saying that's how it works, but I have seen a lot of women say that like once they get pregnant once, it's easier the next couple times. It doesn't take as long, but I don't know. I mean, it's hard, and I'm not saying that I'm like, it's mentally draining sometimes too, because sometimes my period actually is opposite. Before I was diagnosed or before I had my pregnancies, I would get it every 28 days, like on the mark. Like I wouldn't miss a beat. Cada 28 días, it would hit the 29th day and I would get it every month. But then after this last miscarriage, my period's like all over the place. Like a veces it's like 3 or 4 days late. Sometimes it's sooner. So sometimes when it's a little late, you get a little excited. You know, you're like, oh shit, it's late, so maybe. But it's kind of sucks, and it's kind of depressing, honestly, a little bit to like not be pregnant when you get a little bit of hope. But I feel like at the same time, right now what my mentality is just kind of like va a ser en el tiempo divino, like cuando el tiempo esté like right on God's divine time is when it'll happen. And I feel like there's some things that I'm working on right now, letting go of certain things and just trying to be more selfish todavía than I am right now. But I feel like it's still sad sometimes, but at the same time I'm kind of like, okay, si este mes no,
maybe next.
Yeah.
Y si no este año, a lo mejor el año.
And I feel like last time it happened, it was honestly such a surprise that I was kind of like, I feel like it's just gonna be like that, and I don't want to be in this mentality tampoco of like wanting to, because I feel like también I've seen a lot of cases where people get like IVF or get all this stuff and it doesn't work for them, and then they just stop stressing about it and it happens, you know. So I just feel like todo va a pasar en el tiempo indicado, y cuando Dios vea que las cosas es like, I feel like for me, honestly, this is just the mentality I have right now. When God sees me in a space where I may be over a couple of hurdles that I'm trying to get over right now, He's gonna be like, okay, it's time. But
or I've seen a lot of couples that like even adopt, and like, I don't know if you've seen the Evans family. They adopted un morenito y ellos son güeros. Y poquito después de que adoptaron, ella estaba embarazada y le dijeron que ella no podía tener hijos. Y habían tratado por muchos años. And it's just crazy because literally when you give up and you stop stressing about it, I feel like it's when it happens.
Just let go. Stop trying to control everything. And I think that's my biggest thing, is that I try to control every aspect of my life. Like my family, I try to control like the silliest things, you know, like my floor at the house, like making sure You know, just silly things like that.
No, I know because I'm the same.
And I feel like I don't want to control this, and it's not that I don't get my hopes up because I do sometimes, especially when my period is late. But I feel like also that happened para ahora no esperanzarme tanto, like y esperar for my period to maybe be not so on track. So that's normal for me now. But it's hard. It's hard and it's sad because a lot of women go through this, like, and not a lot of women can find peace with it. Like, I feel like I see a lot of women who are like devastated, like completely. And I don't feel like that. Like, I feel like yo no pierdo esperanza. Yo sé que me va a llegar el tiempo, me va a llegar mi día, and it's just like no me desespero y no me I don't get disappointed. Like, not that I don't get disappointed. What's that word? Like, no me desespero y no me I don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't lose hope.
And do you get sad when like people around you get pregnant?
Not now. Like, I think after my first miscarriage, yes, because after I had my first miscarriage was when Braulio and
I got pregnant.
Yeah, but I feel like with you, since you were further away, it wasn't like
as bad.
It wasn't seeing you pregnant all
I
the
was
time.
scared to tell you.
Yeah.
When I was pregnant of Giovanni, because you had just miscarried.
Yeah, because I and Giovanni
and they're the same age.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, dude. But
because I remember you guys told me that Braulio was pregnant, and I was already pregnant, and nobody knew.
I didn't. With them, I did get a little bit sad, but then it became so joyful, and I feel like that's why I have such a connection to her, dude, because she became like this little bundle of just like
joy.
Yeah, like I couldn't be a mom yet, but being like a tia for the first time was just like such a gift, dude. And she's and it's crazy, back to numerology, because she her birthday is the 28th and mine is the 1st, so 2 plus 8 plus 1 is 11, and that's like a master number. But in a relationship, it's vienen como a despertarse y a conectar en otro nivel. So it's crazy to me that after having that first miscarriage, that was very emotionally, and that was a lot more emotionally heavy on me, to have her come into my life. Ella I don't know, dude. She is still till this day, like, she brings so much joy to my life.
Y también chocan. I feel like you don't realize how much alike, yeah, she's a lot like her dad and her mom, but I feel like you and her también chocan because you guys are a lot alike. I noticed that in you guys.
She's very bossy.
Yeah.
And she's very like controlling too.
And she wants everything to, that's what the girls were telling me.
Her way.
She wants us to do what she wants to do, and we don't want to do that. I'm like, well, that's how her aunt is, so.
That's literally like la veo, dude, and she'll be like, okay, you sit right there and you sit right there. Okay, Andale. I'm gonna play first with you. You wait over there for me. Like, la veo, dude, cómo juega con ellas. Y ellas ahí bien dejadas.
I know.
I'm just like, no, don't do that. But yeah, we are very similar, and she's but she definitely has a lot de su mamá. Tiene mucho de su mamá, her personality. But she definitely brought a lot of joy to my life, and I feel like now it's not the same. Like, I feel like with her it was very heavy, maybe even with you a little bit too, honestly. Like, I was in a dark space, so even though she brought light to my life, I feel like when I found out, it was like, why you and not me, you know what I mean? But now I don't see it like that now, because my other brother just had a baby, and there's people pregnant all the time now. But it's very joyful and it's exciting. Babies kind of scare me a little bit, honestly, right now. Like, he's been like, the other day I was trying to burp her.
I know, you told me.
And I put her on my shoulder. I don't think I told you this. I put her on my shoulder, and she just threw up all the milk all over my shoulder. I didn't really care. It didn't bother me. But I was trying to, like, and I couldn't, because he was trying to get me to hold her like this, but I couldn't do it right, and it was freaking me out. So they just grabbed her and burped her, but they scare me a little bit. I think that's also another reason why
you haven't got.
Because I have a little bit of fear towards them, because I panic about a lot of things.
Yeah. I was super scared of, like, showering my kid.
Showering? Why showering?
I don't know, dude. When my mom had to bañar. ¿No te acuerdas que la bañaba con trapitos, güey?
Yes, I do remember
porque tenía miedo. Like, yo ponía toallas en el piso, agua limpia y el agua sucia. y la bañaba porque sentía que se me iba a ahogar.
Really? That's why I feel like I need to let go a little bit of that stuff too, because it's like I can't control it. And even like I feel like what these miscarriages have taught me, dude, is que nada es mío.
Mm-hmm.
Y si like something that I've seen is that souls, when they come to this earth, to never feel guilty about a miscarriage, because esas almas saben que nomás van a venir, dip their toe and go back.
Yeah.
So they know that they just come for a short period of time and then they go back.
You something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they agree to come for that short period of time, whether it's a week, whatever it is, to come and experience a little bit of the human world and then go back. So I feel like es algo también que tengo que ahorita estoy queriendo aprender y dejar ir poquito, es que si una alma decide irse, no tiene, like, es su decisión. Even like us personally, like if my soul mañana decide irse, like it was already written and I can't be scared about that.
That's why I read about death, because I am terrified. I was scared. I feel like now I'm more at peace with it. Of course, tengo miedo de irme y dejar a mis hijos, pero pues si me tengo que ir, me voy a ir. But I feel like it is scary to think about it. Like, even you think about your parents always have to die before you, but it's still so scary.
That's one of the biggest ones for me, is like I'm terrified of anything happening to my family, but I feel like I've slowly started to become to more peace with like tener paz en que cada alma decide su destino, so I can't be always stepping in, because one, I'm disrupting my life, but two, estoy metiéndome en el destino, like I'm intervening in their path and in their destiny. So I need to just let go and not be scared, because we each choose when we're ready to go.
Yeah.
And it's not forever, y aparte, esta gente con la que estás aquí ahorita, aunque duela pensar esto, like, no son tuyos. Like, this is just the life you chose.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, like, I think about it with Juan, I can't imagine it with kids, but like, he's not mine. Like, we're just here together this time. Who knows next time?
That's funny. I was telling Jorge the other day, I was like, it doesn't really matter. Noche le dije, I was like, it doesn't really matter. We're just in a stimulation.
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah. Like, tú no eres mío, yo no soy tuya. So, like,
yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
And it's the truth. Like, it's not, like, nothing is. I think that's one of the big things, too, that you have to learn, is que nada es tuyo. I'm not saying that I have this mentality now and I don't care about anything, because it's not the truth.
But it's hard, like, to know and like to not be able to like put it in your life. Yeah.
Y aparte siento que es algo que te tienes que recordar cuando te sientas down.
Yeah.
Like, remind yourself, like, this isn't mine, like, and nothing here is mine. This house
Yeah.
that I'm in, this car that I'm buying, like, it's not mine. Like, it's just for now. The only thing that's truly mine is my soul. Yo soy mía.
Ni el cuerpo.
Ni tus pensamientos.
Yeah. If you think about
Ni
it, ni
tus
tu
emociones.
Cuerpo. That's why I really wanted, dude, I am so insistent that I want to know where my old body was.
Really?
Just to see, like, what the difference of our life is.
I don't. A mí no me llama eso.
No.
No, but I know what you mean.
Because, like, how did you live your life? Like, did you have things? Did you have a family?
How did you live differently before? What did you learn? I don't know. I don't feel like, a mí eso no me llama la atención. I don't know why. But I know what you mean. I can see how it can be intriguing. Like, saber que...
¿Qué hice en mi vida pasada que no aprendí que puedo saber hoy, que a lo mejor me puede ayudar? Y a veces hago cosas, and I know that a lot of people don't believe in, like, deja vu. I used to believe a lot in science. And before I got into this, because before I my family and my tío Martín and Joel would always talk about how God wouldn't exist and all of that, how we really just evolved from changos and stuff. And I just would always think, like, okay, if we did evolve, then, like, how, I don't know, just random things, but, like, I think that we truly do come to the, like, in different souls. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but, like, I really want to know. you know.
Que you reincarnate and you live different
Yeah.
lives, and it's your soul living over and over and over.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's certain people that you have ties with that maybe you reincarnate with over and over, and those are the people that come here and teach you big lessons que a lo mejor no aprendiste en otras vidas, pero no necesariamente si es tu papá en esta vida no fue tu papá en la otra. So it's very, very, very intriguing, but I feel like
no es algo que a ti te guste.
No me llama. I don't know why, dude. No me llama mi alma.
Yeah.
And maybe it will in a year or 2 or 3. Maybe I'll be like, oh, I wonder. But right now, no. You know what, though? My grandma was telling me the other day, and she's probably already told you the story about when she had one of my uncles that she hemorrhaged and she had an out of body experience.
With Manuel.
Dude, my mind was blown. She's like, nadie me cree, hija. I was like, yo le creo, güey.
Me too. I like her to talk about that.
I was like, when she was telling me, dude, I was so quiet. I was like,
I'm surprised you didn't know about that. Yeah, que se veía ella y que todos like tratando de
she saw
revivirla.
Everything that happened to her. She's like, por eso yo sé que Dios existe, hija. She said, porque yo le rogué a Dios que me devolviera mi cuerpo por mis hijos.
Did you tell her that she's God?
I was so freaking. I don't like to. When it comes to that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
I don't like to put my thoughts on her. But there's certain things that I will, but then there's certain things that I feel like I don't feel comfortable pushing on her. But when she told me that, dude, I was like, oh my god,
it's wild.
I was like, wow. I was like, that is insane. I was like, abuelita, ¿usted sabe que por eso la gente medita? Like, la gente medita porque quiere llegar a esa, a trascender, like, to transcend to that, how do you say it? Like that,
be able to go out of your body experience.
So, like, to be able to, like, transcend into, like, that
light
dimension. I don't know what you call it, but, like, to be able to have that experience. To connect to God, to connect to that fountain, to connect to whatever it is that you believe in, to connect to that. I'm like, that's why people meditate. And she just started to stay quiet. And I was like, por eso la gente medita ahorita. I was like, para hacer lo que usted ya hizo.
Yeah. So my mom, when she had almost all of us.
Yeah. Except for my mom.
Se le pegaba la
matriz.
No, no la matriz,
placenta.
La placenta. And she would hemorrhage. Hemorrhage?
I don't know how to say it. I couldn't.
Hemorrhage, yeah.
I got it confused with hemorrhoid.
Hemorrhage, yeah.
With hemorrhage.
Talking about hemorrhoids. My hemorrhoids are on fire today. Anyways, she would get she would hemorrhage. Okay, whatever.
Yes.
And the worst one was with your tío Manuel. So he would, hasta me acuerdo que la mamá, esta Yolanda, o no sé quién le dio pecho a Manuel, porque pues antes...
la mamá de Nina.
Ajá, ándale, sí. Le dio a mi hermano porque ella, pues, she was in the hospital really sick.
She lived in like a small town and had to take her to the bigger city, to the hospital because they didn't have.
Yeah, and then my mom is an O negative, so like very rare blood. And no había quien le diera.
They were testing everybody.
Yeah.
The doctor gave her blood. He was her blood type.
Yeah. Pero no, era diferente.
Well, she just told me que el doctor le dio sangre.
Pero se me hace que él era A o algo.
A universal blood.
Yeah. Pero que se la tenían que poner bien quedito. Like drip, drip, drip. Porque si se la metían rápido, she would die. Porque chocan. Entonces, y mi tío, se me hace que mi tío Martín y mi tío Isidro, o mi tío Santiago.
She told me that a couple people tested and that nobody was a match. But that's all she told me.
Yeah, but my other uncles también are O negative, but they weren't around. So they took out the baby. They had to like put in their hand and take out the placenta, and she wouldn't stop bleeding, and she wouldn't wake up. And she said that she just saw like everybody around her.
She said that she was like in a lot of pain, and that the doctor would tell her like, no se duerma, no se duerma, no cierre los ojos. And then she said that she just felt herself like slowly disappear, like como like she let go, and that she just like was floating, watching herself and watching. And she said
she felt like a cloud going around, just watching everybody like trying to make her wake up. That's crazy.
She said that she watched everything the doctor did, that she like saw people coming in and out. She says that she remembers the doctor being like, that he was saying something like que nunca había visto tanta sangre en su vida, and that he couldn't get the blood to
Y
stop.
que decía, se nos va, se nos va, se nos va.
And that he was
Yeah.
like, tanta pinche sangre, tanta
Yeah.
pinche sangre. Like that he was mad because he couldn't stop her
Yeah.
from bleeding.
I can't imagine what it is like for a doctor to lose one of their patients.
Well, she told me that the doctor was like, yo nunca he perdido, that I guess everything happened, they got her stable, and that the doctor went home, and that the doctor came back the next day, and that she was awake, and that he was like,
so happy.
That he was like, yo pensé que se había muerto.
Yeah.
And that they told her don't have any
more kids.
She laughed at this part. It's not funny, but she was like, me dijeron que ya no tuviera hijos, hija. She's like, tuve dos más. She's like, y aparte, she's like, los 3 doctores que me atendieron se fueron a Juárez y no volvieron. She's like, y mira, yo aquí sigo. Laughed at that part. I was like,
she's like, they died before me.
Yeah. But anyways, it's just she's funny like that. But her laugh is funny. It's funny when she thinks stuff is funny. But
that is a crazy experience.
It is, dude, and I was just like, WTF? And she was like, sí, hija, she's like, yo por eso sé que Dios existe. Yeah. She's like, because yo viví esa experiencia. And I was like, Grandma, you know how many people in their life try to not necessarily have a near-death experience, but like experience something like that. And this other book that I read, que se llama El Esclavo, my friend's reading it right now, it's actually about that. It's a man who is in a coma and having an out-of-body experience the whole time. It's based on a true story. I think you would like this one. But he kind of goes through like all the different emotions and sees all the people in his life and stuff, and it's really good. But
dude, and actually, I think I said her story wrong, because I don't think que cuando se alivió le pasó.
She said she had him.
Y se fue para la casa, pero sí tenía la placenta atorada y se la tuvieron que sacar y se fue para la casa. Y hasta que se acuerda que traía unos pantalones blancos. And she started bleeding.
Because things where they lived, she said they didn't have water. So she'd have to go to the river and get water.
Y andaba lavando.
Para lavar los pañales. And she said that she would hemorrhage because she was carrying heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So that was what, her 4th child. So 4 kids.
Yeah.
Not very much help from her husband, and then having to do everything heavy around the house because they didn't have a lot of resources.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't like right away when she had my brother. It was after. Like a little bit after.
Yeah, because lo dejaron a él y ella se fue de emergencia. They took her to Jimenez.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like this all kind of connects because it's kind of the same thing. Like, it's a struggle. Pregnancy is a struggle. Infertility is a struggle. A lot of women are told they are infertile with endometriosis. And like I was telling Yolanda earlier, they offered this test for me to put this liquid through my fallopian tube to see if it's even possible for an egg to get through. But I don't. They also offered to do these hormonal injections for me that'll bring down the swelling and will be a lot easier for me to get pregnant because there won't be as much endometrial tissue blocking an egg from getting to the sperm. But when I was in Mexico, fui con una sobadora que me sobara y me pusieron unas inyecciones, which is, I'm assuming, very similar to what the doctor here offered. Hormonal. It was progesterone.
Maybe more not, like más. I feel like aquí le ponen muchas cosas. Ya se me hace que en México es menos.
It's better. It's not, yeah. But she told me, so yeah, I did that in Mexico, and porque me nació y me llamó que me sobara la señora, even though it was painful as crap. I was literally, okay, so this is another crazy thing. My grandma, my mom's dad's mom, so my mom's great-grandma from her dad, my mom's grandma from her dad's side, my great-grandma, era sobadora. She passed away. And she did sometimes sobaba for fertility reasons. Sobaba por muchas cosas. And when this lady was sobándome, I literally felt like my grandma was there. I know this is going to sound crazy, but it was painful what the lady did, but the tears coming out of me did not match the pain. Like how much Juan was like panicked with how much I was like crying, but the señora no me soltaba.
I remember you told me.
So I'm not saying that that was the cure to everything, but I feel like that definitely just getting all of that emotion out helped. And I don't know, no me llama, porque yo sé que puedo ir al doctor and the probabilities of me getting pregnant might be higher, might not be, pero no me llama. Like, no le pierdo la fe a Dios, no me pierdo la fe a mí de que I know I can do anything. Y yo sé que this is gonna be something for me, and it's uncomfortable sometimes when people ask me like, when are you gonna get pregnant? Or I've even had.
Do you tell them?
No, I don't feel like the need to.
I feel like you should.
But I feel like even people have made the comment of like, damn, when are you gonna make your man a dad? He deserves to be a dad. And I'm like, I know he does. And that makes me feel like shit that you would say that to me. But I don't, it bothers me in the moment, but then I kind of let it go because I know those people don't understand what I'm going through. Especially coming from somebody who already has maybe 3 or 4 kids. I'm like, I get for you it was easier. For me, it wasn't that easy. And I feel like Juan is very much at peace with it too. Like he's one of those people that's very patient, and he knows that being patient is gonna make it even more rewarding when it does happen. So I feel like,
and plus I feel like when you wait longer, it's better. Like, and you guys are still young, so.
Yeah, I feel like he's not like, I don't feel pressure from his side or like any blame or guilt from his side.
So it helps.
It makes me feel better, and I just feel like one way or another, I know it's gonna happen for me. I just don't feel like people would understand me getting into this subject. Like, I have endometriosis. What is endometriosis? I don't know what it is. It's endometrium tissue growing in. I have, like, getting into this is so exhausting. Like, I don't want to sit here and explain this to every single person who asks me when I'm gonna get pregnant. I'm like, so there's 5 siblings. My 5 siblings, 3 ones que me siguen already have kids. So everybody's always like, dang, when are you gonna have kids? When are you gonna have kids? And I'm like, I'll have kids when God thinks it's time. Like, in that book, she says like, divine el tiempo divino de Dios, y that's when it's gonna happen. Cuando el tiempo divino de Dios lo decida, like when it's decided. I can't put it in a proper term, but like when God thinks it's time.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just kind of chilling, sleeping in.
For real.
Sleeping, going wherever we want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, just worried about me and Juan, trying to just be worried about me and Juan, not worried about anybody else. Like, and when
it's time, it'll be time. I always wonder, like, if I would have waited, like, if I would have gone through the same thing.
Maybe, because I feel like I also have a theory that women are more fertile
when we're younger.
Yeah. That's why it's so easy for young women to go through pregnancy. Yeah. They go through it like nothing.
Well, no, my second and my third pregnancy were rough.
How old were you?
20 and 23.
I'm talking younger, dude. I'm talking like 15.
Oh, yeah. No, because Nari's like was easy. Nomás porque vomitaba todos los días. Vomité como 7 meses con Nari. Pero it was easy. Like, no me dolía nada. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, because I feel like if you think about generations before us, like way before us, like 1800s, like women were getting married when they were like 12, having kids by the time they were like 13, 14. As soon as they got their period, they were ready to get married.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Started having kids.
Yeah.
So I feel like, in my head, right, I don't think that's an appropriate age.
No, I don't think so either.
But especially because of the mentality of a woman at that age, especially because of everything I've seen our family go through. Dang, that's being like young moms.
Yeah.
She gets her period in 2 years. She's ready to get married and have, like,
hell no.
Biologically, I feel like it's easier then, and women are more fertile then.
But emotionally.
Like,
she doesn't even know how to control her emotions yet.
I just think about my mom, dude. She was pregnant. That's why she has so many that's why she was so emotional with my dad, with us growing up, because she wasn't able to mature emotionally before she started having kids.
That's true.
So but I think about it sometimes too, do like this, I don't know what's right, I don't know what's wrong. All I know is cuando sea mi tiempo va a llegar.
Yeah.
So if you were ever concerned about when I'm getting pregnant,
now you know.
Just know que será cuando Dios quiera.
No cuando tú quieras.
Ni cuando yo quiera. Sino cuando Dios quiera. Yeah. But yeah. I feel like one thing I also wanted to talk about, Oh no, we talked about it. The hormone tea, huh?
Yeah.
It's this hormone tea we're drinking that's really, really helpful. It has a bunch of different, like it has like rose petals, chamomile, a bunch of different teas mixed. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a mix of teas.
I haven't read it because then it freaks me out.
Oh, it's very simple teas.
Chamomile.
Yeah.
Because you told me that. Yeah, I told you I was gonna read it because I was like, maybe I could just buy them because
Mm-hmm.
it's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Comprar de uno por uno para ir
Mm-hmm.
mezclándolo. But
It's cheaper in the long run, I think. But I don't know. I feel like that's also like why I'm so into like I don't know, just trying to make everything myself because I'm not worried about there being anything.
yeah, you know what is in there.
Yeah, like anything that I need to be
Yeah.
concerned about. And even like in men, I feel like there's inflammatory issues too. Like my suegro, he has arthritis, and I feel like that's because of the foods.
Yeah.
I feel like any inflammatory disease, any
Yeah.
autoimmune disease, I feel like is because of the food we're eating.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like it's very important. That's why I'm so crazy about what I put into my body, and I feel like a lot of people are like, not judge me, but they kind of think I'm crazy.
Has Juan felt better from his knees?
He doesn't complain about them as
Yeah.
much
Do you
anymore.
think it's because you guys have changed what you eat?
I
You
think
should
so.
ask him.
I'm gonna ask him ahorita, but he doesn't complain. He just complains about his back, but I feel like that's because of like
How
the
he
gym.
works y cómo
Oh, yeah.
trabaja también.
Yeah, how he works. So I feel like
Yeah.
maybe even getting into a little bit of yoga would be good for us. I want to eventually, like with exercise, I feel like what I would want to do is probably running because I like to do that, even though lately no me nace, but like yoga or like Pilates kind of stuff like that is like good because it's like it's moving your body, but it's not heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So I feel like, I don't know, it's just all about altering your diet. Lo que te nazca, lo que te llame, and I feel like that's for you.
Yeah.
Just because this is our experiences doesn't mean that's the experience for everybody. This is just our experience y lo que nos ha llamado a nosotros y lo que es para nuestras almas.
Y lo que hemos hecho.
Yeah.
Aunque yo no he hecho tanto, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But you have.
Yeah.
Like, you stopped eating things that hurt you.
Yeah.
When's the last time you had that pain? When you had it?
Yeah, that was the last. I haven't ate beans in a while. So.
And even flour. I feel like before you used to eat like tortillas de harina, like and bread like crazy. And I feel like now you've gotten better.
I haven't eaten a sandwich since we went to Lions.
Yeah. Which was like what, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, yeah. And before that, pues también cuando fuimos 4th of July. That was the last time I ate bread. So yeah.
I eat it more now. I do. I eat it at least like 4 or 5 times a week, but I'll just eat one slice, and usually earlier in the day with my breakfast. But if I have it more in the day, I just know to expect bloating.
Yeah.
I just know. I drink kombucha either right before I eat or right after to kind of help push it through out my system.
Yeah, that's smart.
So that's what I would do in Mexico too, though, because I found kombucha in Mexico.
Oh yeah, you brought my mom one.
Yeah, and I would drink it right before we would eat. Like, si íbamos a ir a comer comida china, I would drink a whole thing of kombucha before we went, just so my body was.
Y me imagino que también allá es más natural la kombucha, ¿no?
Well, it was good, dude. I don't know if it. Honestly, when I was over there, again TMI, but I used the bathroom so easy y tan a gusto, dude. Like, en el sentido de not tener que esforzarme tanto, y it was a kombucha.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, here it's good because I make it myself, but
yeah,
I mean, I didn't have to over there. But it's equally as expensive because for one bottle it was like $4 or $5.
Oh dang.
Depending on what brand and what flavor.
Yeah.
It was from like $3 to like $5, $6, and depending where you got it to.
Pues igual pues que aquí. Pues también is the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's
it for today.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, that was pretty. I feel like that was a good talk about it.
Yeah, I do. I feel like we don't talk about this, and I feel like a lot of people don't like to touch this subject with me. I don't. If you ask me, like, it's not gonna offend me, but I just feel like just assuming things or like is not okay. Like, if you have questions, ask.
Yeah.
Don't just assume.
Because even I was scared to ask you.
A lot of people.
I just don't. Like, since I know about the endometriosis, I just don't. I feel like for me, when people ask me things, I relive it again and I feel that sentimiento. Y yo no sé si es lo mismo para ti.
It doesn't do it. And the thing is, because I was so worried about getting physically better with my second miscarriage, I didn't feel it so emotionally heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I just kind of let it go. And I just was
Yeah.
like, okay, pasó. Yeah, like all I want to do is feel physically better.
And I feel like it really helped that Juan was there with you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
there was
because it was different from last time.
hell yeah, dude. This time in bulk, because physically, again, it was a lot more than last time. But I feel like there was a point where, like, because I was on medication, I was taking some kind of Norco for the pain.
Probably oxycodone.
No, it was ibuprofen with a Norco with, like, maybe it was, I don't know, dude. I can't remember, but it constipated me. And he would like sit, dude. I would sit on the toilet and he would sit there with me.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Or he would shower me, me bañaba. He would check my bandages. He would carry me, help me go up and down the stairs. He took off work, like we mentioned last time. He took off work a couple of weeks, and that was because he needed to help me recover physically. Not help me recover, but just be there for me.
Yeah.
So we got like my mom bought me like a secondhand recliner chair, so it wasn't like brand new. It was just got off like Facebook Market or something, and I would sleep on that thing because it was so.
I remember. Yeah. Where would he sleep? Right next to you?
He would one time, because we slept back in that house that we slept upstairs, so I would have to come downstairs to go to the little couch, and he would sleep on the couch, on the big couch next to me. Yeah, it was a lot, but no me dejé like no me quise like stay in bed. So like right away, like on the second or third day, I started walking slowly. I would just walk around the house like an old lady, like barely moving. But yeah, he was very helpful. So I feel like it helped.
Yeah.
And I feel like because I already had those negative thoughts because I was bleeding since the beginning, I feel like I mentally prepared myself to not get attached. But I feel like that also was what caused it. Because I made that. You know, lo que piensas, como es adentro, es afuera. The law of attraction, you attract it. So I feel like, but it's okay because I feel like the reason I did that was because I still have, from that point to now, the growth I've had, not only emotionally, but spiritually, has been huge.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like I allowed God and I allowed that time. I feel like that's it for today, though.
Yeah, it is. That's it for our 6th episode. That's crazy.
I know that is. It was a lot.
Yeah, that was over. I think that's been our longest video, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, guys. We'll see you on the next one.